Hi Roses, my name is Tianna and welcome to today's reading. This is an upcoming week ahead reading for fire signs. That is if you have an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising sign. If you do not but still feel called to this reading, please feel free to stick around. I am recording this for the week of March 1st, but this is a timeless reading, so you can take it for whenever you are seeing this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and you can find other tarot content with me at my Twitter at Tianna Rose Tarot, or use the link in the description box to book a personal reading with me. So first of all, for this upcoming week, we have this beautiful card, Summer, which says expansion and growth. There is a bee here and this sunflower field. The sun is shining. It's a really beautiful energy that we are starting to enter in the Northern Hemisphere. Obviously, just starting to get the sprinklings of spring coming in, but there is some more sun, a little bit more warmth, and that is more of a metaphorical concept as well that we're entering into in our lives. Our second card is the card Preserve. Says security, forethought, thrift, and then there's, I believe, a chipmunk as well as some jars of different food items. And so it's interesting because this card is often what we do when we're preparing for the winter and maybe coming from a bit more of a place of scarcity and needing to hold on to our resources to get us through the darker times. And so the way that I interpret these two cards together is that you are starting to enter this period, but you're still acting as if you're in this situation. And so, of course, it is good to have these things in place to make sure that you always have enough resources to get you where you need to be, but you don't need to hold on to them so tightly because we are entering a period of abundance. There is going to be always plenty of resources for you if you continue to tap into this energy. And this is going to feel especially easier as we're getting into the warmer months. But if we're holding on so tightly because we're afraid of losing things, that's when they actually tend to fall away more so. So find the balance between these two energies and allow yourself to enjoy this period of time, to look towards the future, but also living in the present and not being so worried about running out of resources or feeling like you need to hold on to everything that you do have right now so tightly because you might not get it again, because you have so much positivity coming in for you this week. Let's see what else is coming up for fire signs in the upcoming week. We have the Five of Cups. So for some of you, you haven't been able to get quite here yet because there is something that is still causing you a lot of pain or difficulties. And this could be something that you are currently experiencing, and it also could be something that kind of happened in the past but is still bringing you a certain level of heaviness into your life. For some of you, this is something where maybe you're focusing all of your time and energy, or most of your time and energy, towards this situation that happened, and that's kind of preventing you from being able to look at the things that are still standing in your life. And for others of you, you do need to take some more time to really focus on it and heal. And both are valid, but as we want to move towards this energy in the coming months, think about these things as this week goes on. Where have you kind of neglected other areas of your life because you've been in a certain rut or struggling with a certain situation that might have happened in your life, which of course is completely valid to feel heavy about or not know really how to continue on with these other areas of your life. But it is important to not let those things consume you and take over and prevent you from being able to reach the full abundance and possibilities that you have available to you. And we also have the Page of Swords. So you are getting to this time when you are starting to get more curious again, get out of your comfort zone, moving towards this energy. And for some of you, you are approaching this in a more guarded way. You may have learned from these certain situations that you may have gone through that you need to protect yourself, that you need to be very vigilant. And those things are good to some extent, but again, make sure that you are finding that balance. Make sure that you are still keeping an open mind, that you are letting good things into your life as well. Protect yourself, set your boundaries, but also be open to being intentional about what you let in and recognizing when you see those things in your life that you really do want to let in. Knowing yourself so well, knowing what you're looking for, spending some time reflecting on that so that when you find those opportunities, you can know that you want to bring them in. You can know that you want to pursue them. This isn't necessarily about going out and just doing everything or bringing all of this back into your system, especially if you've been going through something that has been harder, or if you've been in this period of time when maybe things have felt really difficult to receive because you've been in a scarcity position or mindset for so long. So you don't need to overload your system, but also think about ways that you can move towards bringing in more positivity, warmth, and light to your life in this upcoming week. Let me pull a few more cards. We have the card Girl Talk. It says time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. So any of those may be resonating to you at this time. This does not need to be gendered. This card is referring to spending more time with your friends, focusing on living in the moment and enjoying yourself, which we have here represented in these other cards. Letting go of these things that feel heavy, even if it's just for a night or just one opportunity with a specific person where you can let your guard down a bit more. For some of you, this could refer to a romantic situation, maybe moving on from something in the past or learning to enjoy life on your own, but that does not have to be the case here. We have the card Sunglasses. So yes, there's going to be something so bright, something so warm in your life that you might need your sunglasses again. Maybe not literally just yet in this upcoming week, but soon. And this card is also referring to looking internally instead of externally, because right now you may be focusing very externally. You may be looking for certain situations to kind of prove to you, give you permission to move forward, whereas that really needs to be coming from within yourself. And then for others of you, you may actually need to look externally a little bit more than you have been, because as I said, you may be so focused on something specific that might have happened in your life that you are not able to see all of the other things around you. So again, find that balance. And lastly, we have the card Not Today. It says not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, or person, boundaries, and still angry. So for some of you, you may have these walls up. For some of you, what you've gone through has really made it difficult to let people in, to trust, and that is valid, and that is something that I hope that you can work through over time, but that you don't need to force yourself to do before you are ready. It also refers to setting these boundaries, as I said, being intentional with who you are letting into your life. So if somebody is trying to speak with you and you are not ready, or you do not want to meet with them, you do not need to talk to them. It doesn't mean that you're avoiding something if you're making that conscious choice for yourself. However, if there is a situation that you know that you probably should, or at least that you would feel better if you were to go through that process, but there's something that's still getting in the way, think about if you can work through that. Try to understand where that feeling is coming from. Is it a lack of motivation? Is it procrastination? Is it a fear of having that conversation with someone and possibly learning something you don't really want to learn, or bringing those things back up to the surface because you've tried to suppress them? Or is it something that if you do work through them, you can actually come to a sense of clarity or connection with others? Some of you, it would be really beneficial to share what has been going on with your friends, your family, other people around you, that there are people there that want to support you. So again, be intentional with that, but also stay open to the possibility that you can connect with others in a way that could really help. And I hope that you guys have a great week. Thank you, fire signs.